Hey, hello, everybody. Happy days, happy days. We have got an opponent. We got an opponent for Russian Front. And of all the weird places to find my opponent, and he don't actually have the game, but I introduced him to Vassal. We've had a long discussion. I met him through my fantasy baseball league. He's a war gamer, and he's more of an old timer like me. He might be getting back into it. I've told him about GMTs and all that other stuff, but he is an old Africa Core. I mean, I used to have Africa Core too, and Blitzkrieg, and I think one game he does have is, I think he told me he had Battle of the Bulge. But he's interested. It took him 2 days to check out the rules. He just got back to me, as a matter of fact, and said he's ready to go. When I told him it's going to be a slow process because every time you make a move, we got to go through all these, make sure we're doing everything right. We want to do things by the book. He's pretty good with the setup. I told him to add a game in progress, and he was pretty glad it was only one turn long. I think he made a couple adjustments down here. I'm not sure, but I got to mark his moves or his positions, his final positions, and his adjustments. But other than that, we're ready to go. I will be back with some opening moves. Russian Front. Excited to get it going. It might take a while because I am back at work and he works a lot too. But he has more of an office job where he says he's at the computer. Or when I'm out of the house, I have no access to anything to do with this game. I guess I could do it on my phone, but other than that, that's about it. I'm waiting for his moves, and when I do, we will update you for a game of Russian Front. All right, we're back down here at the War Room section of the Man Cave. And it's time to get started. We got moves to go on. I got vassal logs that I've processed and we're ready to get along the front. You'll see the order of battle there. Here are the units involved. And we're ready to get it on. I got my air units assigned to the spots where I think I'm could be a tough nut to crack. So we'll be updating. This is a look at the front here. I got a lot of work to do, and I'll be back after it's all been adjusted. All right, we got your first update. And here's how it's going. Now it's kind of hard to tell with these hit markers on here, but I'll see if I can remove them for you. All the attacks went pretty well. Now the thing of it is, the Soviets have chosen, in a lot of cases, on some of these attacks to pull back after receiving a couple hits. I think most of their capacity was 3 hits, so right when they were getting ready, or after the first round of combat, they got nailed pretty good and they just fell back. So I'm hoping for eliminations. Now, as a matter of fact, down here, this attack failed. They actually threw, this was an attack on a town. I can't really read that town there, but they actually threw the German attack back, so that was a setback. So even with the air units, this was a tough nut to crack, but surprisingly, I mean, yeah, I guess I would have did the same thing. Just took the hits and moved back, which definitely slows my attack down. I was hoping to gain ground. I'm gonna have to hit these guys again, so we'll see what's up. Like I said, down here they threw me out. That was attack number 10, and we were going on 11. So it might come today, it might come tomorrow. We'll see. But I just thought I'd give you a little update on how the battle's going, and so far I'd say it's outstanding victory for the Soviets. They took hits and pulled back, and then they got their army units behind them. So far, no blitz. Maybe a blitz up north, but along the main front, fighting slow and even got kicked out. I might have to reassign some air units on the next one, but we will continue, and I will show you the rest of the front here in a second. All right, a little strategy note. We're kind of at a little key spot down here. You can see this Battle 11. I do have a air support unit there, and like I said, I set this up about 2 or 3 weeks ago, so I probably knew something was going to be key. You can see it is now that the Germans have been kicked out and forced back, so they got Russians behind them. So if Russians get any good defenses on this, it could really throw a cog in my works. So we will be back. Key attack number 11 on the way, and that involves my here's the participants. I got a bunch of infantry. Take some hits, but as you can see though, on some of these, if they go bad, like in this was a required retreat. I think it was a 3. I can't remember what the die roll was, but it was a required retreat for the attacker, and that hurt. That was like a 3 on a 1-to-1 or something like that. So that was bad news. But battle 11 coming up. All right, you can see on here luckily it's in the clear, so no river. I've been dealing with the river defense for a while. I got some good air support, so it'll be 9 factors going against a 2. So it'll be a plus 8 or something like that. So plus 7. So it should be a good, nice, easy attack. We'll be back. All right, we're back. I thought I'd give you a little quick update. Hey, suffered 1 hit and again pulled back, which is pretty wise. I mean, better to play it safe, take a hit, and pulled back. So that is the end of that combat. And combat 12 is coming up, and there's another key combat here. That's going to be a tough one. We might go through some hits here. This could be another repeat of battle 10 where they threw me back. So only going with a +1 on that one. And I think on 12, well, let me look at here. I got to deal with a freaking river. So it's an even attack. Be back with the sorted hits. All right. Well, he's taking a hit, and unfortunately, he's choosing to retreat, but I don't know if he can because he'll be going through my zone of control. You can see 12 there. So let me see what goes on with this unit. That's a German 2. That's what happens when you get stuck behind the lines. We'll see if he's able to retreat. I'll let you know here in a little bit. All right. We got a little bit of a our first little rule dispute here. But I think we got it pretty well down pat. All right, he can't retreat. He's got to retreat towards a supply source. And that would mean if he kept on moving this way, he would hit a friendly supply source, but he wouldn't. Now he can move. Let's just say ground unit retreats. All right, for a ground unit to retreat, hex must be in a direction from a battle location hex where if the unit continues moving in that direction any distance required, which would be like 7 hexes, it would finally reach a supply source without passing through an all-water hex, or may be in any direction containing only friendly combat units. So if there was a combat unit there, he would have been able to go there, but he can't go there. Or a friendly city, fortress, blah, blah, blah. A retreat hex must not contain an enemy-controlled city or an enemy-controlled ground unit. A retreat hex may not contain an enemy-controlled city and or maybe unresolved. Does not contain a unit is that. All right, hold on a second. Okay, yeah, it's pretty basic. A retreat hex may not contain an enemy-controlled city and or an enemy ground unit, be an unresolved battle location hex, or be in a direction not leading to a supply source that does not contain only a friendly combat unit or city hex. So that pretty well takes care of that one. And that will be that's kind of a bear because he only had 1 hit and he had 3 of those coming, so he'll be eliminated. We will be back for a map board adjustment. All right. Well, unfortunately, we ain't gonna get out of it that easy. He said, sent note to the Russian general that you can't retreat. You're eliminated. He says, "The hell I am. I only got 1 hit." So we're fighting it out, and it's a tough fight. We'll see what happens in round 2 with the even attack. Be back. That'll teach him. All right, well, it was an even attack, and luckily the die roll guys were on my side, and I got a 6. So that equals out to his little retreat. So he used to take a hit, which he'll take, and he can't retreat. So that pretty well eliminates him. It's just a matter of time. So I like that response. All right, well, that'll be it. And that helps me out a lot. I didn't get any hits on my forces. All 3 of those cores are hit-free. So that is a nice little light at the end of a pretty well dark tunnel so far in this offensive. So we'll go here to battle location 12. Move him and we go ahead and capture us a city there. and eliminate a unit, so that'll really help on that little southern flank there. All right, got to move on to battles 13, 14, and 15. Let you know the results here in a second. All right, so we're down here to Brest, Litovsk, and it's a fortress city, and it's a proper fortress city, as what happened with my last opponent. So, 3 turns into a 6. Luckily, I assigned air to attack that fortress, so that is a 10. That'll be a +4 attack. We'll be back. All right, no real big stand in Brest. As a matter of fact, a Soviet player, suffered a hit and had to retreat, required retreat. So into the marshes he goes. On to battle 14. We'll see what's up with this one. And this is just it's an armor. Ooh, 2 armor. Nice little tank battle we got going on here. Tank battle in the clear. Up, of course, another river bonus. So that hurts. But another thing with this, when I do this on Vassal, and I'm able to transfer, to my opponent, it's a lot easier than this. That's for sure. Not like sitting back on your couch. But we will be back in the magical world of video in just 1 second. All right, we are back, and we are done with the combat phase. The ground combat segment. We'll be moving on to 4B here in a little bit, but let me give you an update of what happened. And it was a tough fight. All right, I don't know if it was a real tough fight. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you reach your limit. I need to get rid of this. Yeah, we won't film this way. But like I said, in my results as compared to historically, my opponent chose to retreat a lot instead of just sitting and fighting, and I wasn't able to eliminate his units as compared to, I don't know what happened historically, but they softened up and just pulled back, so it's going to slow me down. I did not punch in any holes. I got to go through zones of controls. And it's hard to see, I guess, with all these hits. But basically, let me get down in here. That don't help. Basically, this is the front line. These are Soviet units with most of the hits. Right here, suffered a couple casualties up this way. Here's the big one where my units got thrown back. But you can see here down south, he fell back again. Luckily, there's no hits on these units here, and went ahead and threw him out of the fortress. Come on down this way. Here's how it looks. Soviets, Germans, front line comes around. But we were done, and we were going back over to the, what is that? Post-combat step, non-phasing player return and transfer. So I guess he's got a chance to take his naval and air units back to bases than I do. And then remove out of supply. Well, nobody will be in supply yet. Or we don't check supply yet, or nobody's out of supply yet, I guess. So, or supply hasn't been determined yet. Then exploitation phase. Yeah. Okay. We'll see what goes on. We'll be back with some updates. But that's it so far. I don't know. I'd say it was okay. I think we were expecting a little bit more. Definite opening round victory for the Soviets. We'll be back. Some more Russian front.